BluntCut MetalWorks, August 8, 2021. This is Magnacut 64 Rockwell. I freehand sharpened it at 5 degrees precise. Pretty much the entire is candy grind, zero candy, let you think it that way. In other words, I just put this face flat on the stone and the finishing edge 3000 grit diamond plate. I use plate so that to minimize the convexity at the apex. But however, I think the face itself is about 4.25 dps. But I think in the process of deburring, it ends up with 5 degrees. And this is extremely thin. It tests the limit. I mean, in terms of practical use, this is the way to not enough strength, because any lateral that you fold and you or chips, and so practical should be 10 degrees and up, because you can handle a little sideways or lateral force or lateral deflection. But anyway, deburring the challenging, so the edge is not perfect, but it will cut. As you can see, it will have some residue in it. And anyway, but the point is, it's really thin. So therefore, I'm going to see the failure point. I would test doing media, and this is, I would start out. I can say I would cut paper towel, for example. I would. It's not super clean again because the edge wasn't clean. It got a diminishing effort for trying to get a clean 5 degrees precise and try to get and then destroy the edge in the testing. Anyway, simple cardboard and. And see if it damaged significant enough or not. And I can already see the waviness. What you see, the waviness, actually what I'm looking for, is that why I say, well, that means it's bad. No, it meant it's too thin, but you didn't see it chipping. That means the toughness is here, but because the ability to bend also depends on the thickness, the modulus of elasticity. Anyway, so I'm looking for is, okay, would it end up with a big chips? And now even with this little waviness, I'm going to cut, we can initiate the cut. Can initiate the cut very well. Okay, here you go. It's already hesitating pretty badly. But anyway, I'm going to do something a little different so I can continue to test. And I'm going to quickly remove some of the deflection off so I can test it. And now they become like a serrated and micro serration, and that will also promote because now you have a scallop, like, so now if you do lateral and if you're doing one bend this one bend the other way, you tear the edge off, right? When you tear the edge off, in this case, you cannot really roll because of tear now, so you end up good enough with chipping. So this is really soft wood. I don't know what the wood is, but it's very soft. And I'm going to just do it a quick control wheel here and see what happened, right? As you can see, I tried to go perpendicular and push as possible, but again, the ribbon is a little bit larger. Right? You can see that the thin edge, but at this point didn't lead to chipping yet. See? Anyway, so that's why I'm doing the test, because I want to see. And now you're doing okay for the other part right here. I will cut the 1/2 inch diameter scissor rope and see what happened to it. Well, I'm a little careful. Alright, I think that last time you hear that, that means the cut into the wood, and when I exit like that, so you hear this lateral flick. Anyway, sometimes when you're testing up, you pick up a lot of these little sound, and you know what happened to it. And actually, the extent is a lot less than damage, because I was doing a lot of it more slice. So actually, the damage is a lot less. So I want to do a little bit more push and see what happened here. And now with wood impact. But this is end grain Douglas fir 4x4, so I haven't this from previous tests. This is whole inch worth, which is 4 of these things together, and see if I can just cut through one of them. All right, and that let me kind of clean this away. When dealing with this thin of a geometry, I have to be, well, I do slow and deliberate. And what actually hard to see is the edge bending this way. They laterally bend on this side right there. It got a push over. But thus far you haven't seen chipping yet. Okay? So in that case I up down here a little bit and see, and this the pork rib bone, the marrow end is soft. Yes, I'm going to go with the soft end here with this, and I'm going to just push into it though. Okay? And it's okay. It didn't show any damage, so I'm going to do a small withering here on the little harder or the harder end of it. There's one. There's a big bump, but it's not. It's no big deal. So it actually, now that's a bit bigger, bigger still. It's right here. So you can see the reflection. Let's take a close look. Here the edge, you see a deformation that the one that point away, then it's bright, the one that point toward, then it will be darker. All these sort of little rippling. But these are just considered to be deformation. Only this part right here, from the look of it, it could be that it falls too far and the fracture out. But I didn't look like a fracture either, because I can see that wood under the loop that it was enough chipped. Thanks for watching.